Hello all and welcome to this pickups video. Now I'd like to say I'm going to be doing these on a monthly basis, however they're going to be numbered and done on a basis on as and when I have enough. You never know, it could be shorter than a month, it could be longer than a month, and of course these pickups videos don't include anything that was picked up in a bulk deal and had its own individual pickups video, and of course anything at the end of a challenge video which has its own pickups section as well. Now with that out of the way, let's crack on with the stuff. I've got plenty of games to show you and there's also gaming related stuff to show you, and that brings me to what you've been looking at on screen. This is actually a t-shirt and I just saw this on Amazon and I really like the logo because I'm really into my Sega stuff as well. And I saw it for 16 quid delivered off of Amazon, so I nabbed it, and it's kind of in reserve for the London gaming market in July for its debut wear. Okay, so with the t-shirt out of the way, let's crack on with some games. And this first bundle here, which was an eBay purchase, in fact the first few I'm going to show you are all going to be eBay purchases, and this little lot here was down at a starting price of £1.50 with £1.50 postage. Now the reason why I started looking on eBay is they offered me a £5 voucher, and when I looked further into the T's and C's of the vouchers, it doesn't include shipping, so you have to pay that. However, when I came to winning this bid, I actually put the £1.50 bid in and won it for that £1.50. So I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm not actually going to waste a £5 voucher on what is essentially £1.50. But it's got 3 titles, even though they're not particularly rare and expensive, that I need, and that is the NCIS game, Juice 2, Hot Import Nights, Project Gotham Racing 3, and I actually had this Burnout Paradise Ultimate Box and Trivial Pursuit Bundle game actually in this exact format, so I can actually probably sell that and get me £3 back as well. So that left me with the voucher still hanging around, and I was able to rectify something that I regretted selling with my next item, and that item is Saw the game. Now I might have mentioned it in previous videos before, but I am a massive fan of the Saw franchise, and when I bought the game back in the day and finished it, I traded it in, and I kind of regret it to this day, as I have the second one, and I'm now going for the full set, and I also collect Saw stuff as well. So what was I thinking when I traded that in? Anyway, this popped up on eBay, and remember what I said about the postage pack wasn't included in the £5 voucher? So what I purposely did was I searched for games for free postage, so it was potentially buying a free game or a very, very cheap game, and I won this one for £5.50. So I essentially paid 50p because I added the voucher to it. Now, this is better than the copy that I opened. It is mint in box with manual, but to say, because I'm a Saw movie franchise, it's got this inlay in it, which mine never had as well, and that is pristine. So as a guy going for full Xbox 360 set, who's also a massive fan of the Saw franchise, for this to turn up and pay essentially 50p for it due to a voucher, absolutely over the moon with that. Now the seller packed that really well and sent it really quickly, so I actually added into a list of favourite sellers because I noticed he was selling a lot of Xbox 360 games. And then a week later, sure enough, he did, and I couldn't resist but bid for a couple. I only won one because the other one went over the amount, but a bit of an obscure random title, Secret Service. It is actually one I've heard of, I just don't see it around a lot, or don't see it out in the wild, as we say a lot. So for £2.72, the guy does free postage, I nabbed it. And then all of a sudden, those vouchers or that voucher I had before basically reared itself again. They offered me another one that had to be done by a certain date, and that was March or April the 22nd. So anyway, that's irrelevant. So I used it up and I won this lot here, which was free postage, and that was 2 Xbox 360 games and one Xbox One game / Xbox 360, because obviously it's back compat, plays on both. So they basically put the 360 disc in one of these boxes and snazzed it up a little bit. However, because it's in that box, I consider it an Xbox One game and part of the Xbox One collection. Anyway, I won this lot for £9, and what made me really go for it was this. I don't see this around a lot as well, and I like my beat-em-ups. So I was very tempted by the fact that this was in it. It's just called Fighting Edition, and it includes Tekken Tag Tournament, Soul Calibur 5, and Tekken 6. Now, I own Tekken 6 individually, physically. I own that digitally only, and I don't own Tekken Tag Tournament 2 at all, and I've never played it on the 360, so I'll be very keen on grabbing a go at that real soon. Anyway, so I picked up for £9 and I had a voucher for a £5, so I eventually paid £4 for, well, we can call them 3 games by box, but because there's 3 in here, there's actually 5. So this one doesn't have a manual. I have opened that up and checked. These don't have manuals, but I don't know if these bundle sets include manuals. If you do, please drop a comment in the section below. That'd be real helpful. And as I say, this is going to the Xbox One collection because of the style of box it's in. And it's the one thing I've seen these boxes before, but I never really noticed that on the side it just says Xbox. Normally the word One appears there. And because it's basically a back compact disc in an Xbox One box, that's how it appears on the side. So yeah, pleased with that one. From there, let's move on to some stuff that I picked up in my local game stores. We'll start off with the one in Bishop Stortford. Let's get them out of the way. And that was Lego Marvel Superheroes and The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, the reason I'm showing you these first is because it would appear Game are clearing out their 360 stuff. And as you'll see, they've got these half-mark price labels on them. So $3.99 is not what I paid. I actually paid $1.99. They don't round it up. And obviously I paid $1.99 on that as well. This game here, at the time of purchase, was going for £8 in CEX. And this was going for around about the same figure as well. So just two quid purchases basically that I got from Game in Stortford. And then obviously there was a game in Harlow as well, and I bought some games from there as well. I got the Yaiba Ninja Gaiden 2, so that was essentially a quid because these ones haven't got those labels on, but trust me, that is what applied to them. And DMC Devil May Cry for $2.99, so 3 quid, so £1.50. So there's two games there that are really good titles, I think, for essentially £2.50. Pleased with that. Also from that same game, and I didn't actually pick it up first time round. I actually went back a week later and picked it up. And that's because it's not worthy of going in the collection. I do need a Gears of War 1 PAL version for my collection, the deluxe edition that is. However, this is missing the plastic sleeve. It's also dented up, and I just thought that isn't good enough to go in my collection. And then I thought, you idiot, it was 99p, so therefore you're going to pay 49p. And when you pick one up, what if there's something? What if it has a pristine box and there's bits missing inside? So I thought to myself, do you know what? Just grab that, and you'll never know. You can make a complete set out of it, and then what's left, you can put together a very much playable game, and then give it to your local charity shop. And everyone's a winner. So yeah, pick that up as well. So we're moving away from eBay and stores and more into the charity shop stuff. However, actually I do have an antique store item to show you first. In my local town, there's loads of sort of antique shops nearby in one area, and they rarely throw up anything game wise, but I saw this in there, and it was in a section for a world what's the charity called? Help for Heroes, that was it. Help for Heroes charity section, where all items within the section were £1. I quickly checked how much this was worth, and it was only worth 50p. So I thought to myself, do you know what? It's for charity. I don't mind paying that. It's in pristine condition. I kind of talked myself into it with that as well. It's also got this on the side here. It's never been opened. Although it's not shrunk wrap or cling filmed, it's got this on here, unbroken. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. Anyway, I got to the counter and the lady said to me, oh, is that from the Help the Heroes? And I went, yes, it is. She went, oh, cool, just put a donation in that box. She didn't actually ask for a quiz, she said, just put a donation in that box. So I actually went, do you know what, it's a viable cause, I'm going to put 2 quid in there. So, you know, it's every little bit helps. It's double what I had to. And at the end of the day, you know what, you can't do enough for that sort of charity. So I overpaid for this game by a long shot, but I prefer to see it as a £1 purchase with a £1 charity donation. Talking to charity now, we are on to the charity shop stuff. Random charity shop purchase, just table tennis. This game doesn't hold a lot of value, but it was in a charity shop for 50p. So I was more than happy to pick that one up. In fact, the other charity shop purchase is my favourite items, so I'm going to show those last when it comes to games. I'm going to move on to a game I got from Cash Concepts, just because I don't see it around very often, and that is Watchmen: The End Is Nigh Parts 1 and 2. Now, I've seen the film and I love the film. Movie tie-in games are obviously always a bit hit and miss. I checked the CEX price for this and it was 4 quid at the time of purchase. This was £3.99, not splitting hairs with something I don't see around very often, and I just wanted to grab it there and then basically. So next game purchase was just because I can't go past the CEX without grabbing something, and that day I walked in there and I bought Ride to Hell Retribution. Now, people who know their rubbish games or much maligned games, shall we say, know that this makes a lot of people's eBay list for being the worst games ever. I have a real thing for buying bad games just because I want to play them because I've heard they're so bad. And in this case, I did it with Ride to Hell Retribution. That was my one purchase there, and the geezer looked at me as to say, you come in here just to pick that up? But yeah, it was only £1.50, and now I get to try this glitchy, buggy, mess with awkward fully closed sex scenes. So it is going to be interesting to try, and I'm probably going to try that soon. So we'll see. Okay, on from there to cash converters purchases. Iron Man 2. Now this game, I've been after Iron Man and Iron Man 2 for a while, so I've just picked up Iron Man 2 for now. This game held its value for ages. I was looking at it in CX and they always wanted 10, 12 quid, and they dropped down to 8, and for ages and ages it held its price. It's now down to about 4, but Cash Concepts, for some reason, Cash Converter, sorry, decided to put a quid on it, and that is well undervalued and well a good price for this game. Right, shift that aside a second, and then I bought a copy of Lego Star Wars 3. Sadly, they're in glass cases, so you can't check, but when he pulled it out, the manual was missing. However, I think £2 for a Lego game is a good purchase. These games always seem to hold their value for some reason. And then finally, because I buy box variants of Gears games, they had a copy of the Gears of War 2 Game of the Year edition, a box variant that I don't own, and it was only 50p. And I didn't own it, so it was Gears and I didn't own it, and that money, I weren't going to pass it up. So yeah, that's 3 more into the 360 collection. If you've seen previous videos of mine, you'll know I'm going for the full set. Now, the last 2 games are my favourite. They are charity shop purchases, and they're an absolute steal in one case. They are both 50p. One was Midway Arcade Treasures, mint in box with manual. It is all in there, he says. Yes, I couldn't believe the quality of that. Sadly, don't own an original Xbox, so I can't play it. But that brings me on to a point I'm going to make about my next game, and that is Outrun 2. It's a promotional copy, but Outrun 2 is an exceptional game. It's an awesome game. Probably not as good as Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast on the same console, but still very good. And the great thing about this, it actually plays on the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 has a number of titles that from the original one that are actually back compat, and this falls within the category. So I was really pleased with that. I mean, the disc is mint. Sadly, there is no manual, but as I say, these were 2 for £1, so they were 50p each. At the time when I bought this, it was £6 to buy it in CEX. When I went there just a couple of days ago, the price has gone up to £8. So these are well worth looking out for if you don't own them, because they are, it's just a great game. It really is a great game. So if you see it for cheap, just nab it like I did. Okay, so that is all the games. We still have some gaming related items to show you, and they are all Funko Pops. I've got 3 of them, and they're all really cool in my opinion. I keep saying I don't collect Funko Pops, however, I do like to decorate my gaming room with figures. And the first one is, I want one of each of my go-to fighting characters. And in Tekken, it has always been Nina Williams. And when I saw this in game for only $4.99, it obviously reduced it down from $12.99. I decided to grab it because it can go alongside Ryu, and I want to get a Scorpion and Kitana because I don't really have, they are my go-tos. I don't really have one in Mortal Kombat. But I've got my Nina Williams now for only $4.99. In fact, because I'm an out-of-a-box collector, let's open that up now and have a proper look at the figure. If I can get her out quickly, there we go. There she is, out of the box. And there we go. That is Nina Williams from Tekken. Let's have a look at the back. Ponytail and all. Yep, pleased with that. So she can go in my gaming area to decorate it with some of the other figures. And that will bring me on to the next one, which is Del Walker. Now, Del Walker, obviously I collect gear stuff, but Del Walker is one of those characters that appealed to me, so I probably wouldn't have bought him. However, what was really cool about this, I don't know if you can see, he's got a mini buzzsaw, and I think that is really cute. I can't believe that, and I've basically bought it for the mini buzzsaw. So let's also say I'm out of box collector, so let's just crack that one open. You can have a look at Nina while I do that off screen to make it easier for me. There he is, and that is the detail. Wow, the detail on that is fantastic. So there he is with his mini little buzzsaw there. So cool that is. That's brilliant. His little eyebrow piercing there. And then you look around the back, obviously his gear is fully detailed at the back as well. So that is pretty cool. So he can go alongside. I have Kate Diaz and Clayton Carter at the moment. I still haven't got any of the Delta Squad, which is criminal really for a Gears fan. They are on my hit list of figures to get. I'd like some of the more realism ones, but the Funko Pops are pretty cool. Are pretty snazzy, so I like those. And then finally, we do have one more in box. Price on there as well. Obviously, you saw the price on the Dell one. I didn't mention it at the time. And that is Leonardo 8-bit. So it reminds me very much of the 80s arcade side-scrolling game. I think it was 89 it was released. I actually have the Donatello one, and I saw this in HMV. It was cheap as well, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab that one as well. Will I get the full set? I don't know. I'm not too bothered about Shredder. I think the Foot Soldier looks cool. Michelangelo was actually my go-to, as well as Donatello. Those two are my two go-tos, really. So I wouldn't mind him, and then it's kind of, I might as well get Raph now to make up the set. So it's only if they turn up. I'm not going to hunt these down. I'm not like that. So another one to get out of the box. So let's leave you those two this time to have a look at while we do that. And he is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Both katanas there are pretty awesome as well. So, and here he is. There he is, Leonardo, 8-bit Funko Pop figure to go in the gaming area to decorate that as well. So that is the 3 figures that I got. I do want to get some figures that aren't Funko Pops at some point, but at the moment it just seems to be those that catch my eye and turn up. So ladies and gentlemen, the Funko Pops are indeed the last items from my first pickups video, my first proper pickups video. Pickups video number 1. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to know, what was your favourite item that I picked up? Throw that in the comment section below. What was the best deal? For me, it has to be Outrun 2. Do you agree with me? Is there something else that was also a good deal? Comment section below. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to ask you to like, comment and subscribe. And then finally, as always, take care.